GPU virtualization. Man, it can feel like a maze, right? But it's absolutely essential for pretty much any modern enterprise workload you can think of. So today, we're going to take a high-level tour of a really comprehensive 20-module guide from Virtualization Options LLC. The goal here is to give you a clear roadmap of the entire landscape, from the basic concepts all the way to a full-scale deployment. Let's jump in.
Okay, before we get into the cool stuff, we've got to cover some important ground rules from the authors of the report, so let's get this out of the way. This is an overview of what's in each module of their 20-module tutorial. It's based on a full report by Virtualization Options LLC, but it only offers general information and comes with no warranty. Super important, this is not legal, financial, or specific technical advice. So you should absolutely discuss any plans with your own financial, technical, and legal pros before you do anything. Also, keep in mind, these modules are just a tiny fraction of what's in the full report. And, they stress this a lot, licensing is incredibly complex, so please pay super close attention to the license stuff we'll touch on from Module 14.
All right, with that covered, here's our map for this tour. We're going to break it down into 4 parts. First, we'll hit the core technologies. You know, the what. Then we'll look at the workloads they power, the why. After that, we'll see how it all fits into different platforms. That's the how. And finally, we'll wrap up with implementation, putting all those pieces together into a real-world strategy.
Okay, part 1, the core tech. Before you can even think about what you're going to do with virtual GPUs, you've got to understand the fundamental building blocks. We're talking about the different ways you can slice, dice, share, or dedicate a physical GPU.
So the report really boils it down to 3 main ways to do this. First up is pass-through. Think of this as the simplest approach. You give one entire physical GPU to one single virtual machine. It's all about raw, unfiltered performance. Then you've got vGPU. This is where software cleverly divides a GPU's processing time among a bunch of different users. It's perfect for maximizing density, getting more people on a single piece of hardware. And finally, there's MIG, or multi-instance GPU. This one's a game changer because it actually partitions the GPU hardware itself into truly isolated, secure slices with guaranteed performance. So what's the catch with each of these? Well, it really all boils down to performance trade-offs, and this chart from the report shows it perfectly for an AI training workload. At the top, you've got bare metal. That's your 100% baseline. Now look at GPU pass-through. It's right up there at 97%. That's incredible. A MIG instance is also really solid, giving you a guaranteed 90%. But then you get to vGPU, and you see the trade-off. In a low-density setup, you're still doing pretty good. But as you cram more and more users onto that GPU, high density, you see a real performance hit. This right here is the central decision you always have to make. Do you need raw power, or do you need user density? Okay, so we've got our toolkit, pass-through, vGPU, and MIG. Now, let's move on to the jobs they were actually built for. This next part of the report is all about matching the right tech to the right workload. It's about putting this stuff to work. And those enterprise workloads really fall into a couple of big categories. On one side, you have the heavy-duty, computational stuff like AI. The report makes a great point here. Training a model is totally different from running it for inference. Training needs that sustained, raw horsepower, which sounds perfect for pass-through, right? But inference needs to handle lots of quick simultaneous requests with super low latency, which is where VGP or MIG really shine. Then, on the other side, you've got all your graphics-intensive work. Virtual desktops for VDI, complex engineering with CAD, and of course, heavy-duty video processing. Every single one has its own unique performance needs. This naturally brings us to the third part of our tour, integration and platforms. You know, a virtualized GPU doesn't just exist in a bubble. This whole section of the report is about how these technologies actually plug into your wider IT infrastructure. This is really where the rubber meets the road. The report walks you through building your stack from the ground up. At the very bottom, you've got your hypervisor, platforms like VMware, KVM, or Hyper-V, and each one has its own pros and cons for GPU workloads. Then on top of that, you need a smart resource allocation strategy to manage who gets what, when. And for all the modern apps out there, the report dives deep into how to integrate all this with container platforms like Kubernetes.
Now hold on. Before you go and build that beautiful stack, the report puts up a giant, flashing warning sign that can totally sink a project: licensing. As this quote here makes crystal clear, it is an absolute minefield. See, you're not just licensing the GPU hardware. You're dealing with licenses for the hypervisor, for the vGPU software, and for the end-user applications themselves. The report really hammers this home. Getting this wrong is a massive and very, very expensive mistake.
And that brings us to our final leg of the journey, implementation and operations. So we've covered the tech, the workloads, and the platforms. This is where we go from strategy to execution, deploying and actually managing these solutions in the real world.
So once you're deployed, your focus completely shifts to day-to-day operations. The report zeroes in on three absolutely key areas you see here. First, security and isolation, which is non-negotiable in any kind of multi-tenant setup. Second is monitoring, because if you can't see what's happening, you can't manage it. You need total visibility into performance and utilization. And third, high availability, making sure that if a server goes down, your critical GPU workloads don't go down with it.
And finally, the report brings it all across the finish line with a super clear strategic roadmap. It guides you through migrating your existing workloads, it shows you how to do a full cost-benefit analysis, your TCO and ROI, and it gives you a step-by-step implementation plan. It literally takes you from that first idea all the way to a fully operational, production-ready environment.
So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of a super deep guide to GPU virtualization. We've gone from the core technology choices all the way to a full deployment plan. The complete report from Virtualization Options LLC has all the nitty-gritty details, but hopefully this gives you the map you need to navigate the landscape. So, the only question left is, looking at your own needs, your own projects, where does your journey begin?